With his coming of age, Count Arias held a feast. He invited his liege, King Alfonso, as guest of honour in a way to reconcile any differences that the king may have towards the young count. This was a success which led and emboldened him to declare war on his claim to the south, successfully bringing in Santiago toward his lands. The success drove with more success and blessings as his daughter Gabriella was born. The truly blessings of the young count have continued as we go into episode 4. What more will be ahead? Welcome back to CK3 roleplay series with, well, Count Arias of Santiago and the Galician Son. We are into this week episode 4. As you saw in the recap, a little bit of stuff was quite done. It was quite a busy episode last episode. I am recording this today. It's just a Sunday post the new DLC and all that jazz. So most of my mods have been updated. There's a few that I'm hoping that still haven't been quite there yet. I'm hoping they'll be okay. So fingers crossed we don't run into too many issues with this already. I have assigned a wet nurse, so that's something in the new Wards and Wardens DLC. And we'll see how it all goes, because we have obviously Gabriella, who has just been recently born in the last episode. She is sickly, so we'll see. I'm hoping that she does make a recovery. So in the last episode, things were done. Now this episode we have, well, we're a little bit older. We want to push forward and look at potential alliances with my sisters and marriages. I did have a quick look, and there's nothing really out there just yet. I'm going to probably wait until Alvera is 14. And then Elo is about 10 to 12 as well. See what we can do. I'm hoping by then we can hopefully have claimed a little bit more territory. So in terms of territory and what our next plans are, it's to eat away into Portugal here. I'm leaving Astorga because there are my allies, as well as Coruna and Monterrey for now. Reason being is once my grandfather here passes away, we are the primary heir to his title. We should then be able to claim or create the Duchy of Santiago, and then with any luck, Astorga and Monterrey will, fall in line and be incorporated into the realm, which will then let's leave Portugal down the south, and we did want to try and take. So currently we are looking at in our council, we've got 4 more years left with our bishop doing the work in Porto, and then we're going to just take a bit do a tour. I'm going to grab him and get him to fabricate a claim here in Avera after he's done the conversions. Now obviously Nuno here has got a long way to go. He is gaining control down south in our latest conquests. So I'm going to actually find secrets. I'm going to send our spy master down there as well, just to see what she can find in that area. And you never know. Again, we have our steward now. We are making a little bit of money in taxes. He's a fairly good steward and loyal, and also Major Roy doing the business there as our Chancellor. So things are going right. The wife is currently just helping out where she can for us. So let's unpause and let's get stuck into this game and see what is cropping up here. We have had the hostages stuff. I've declined to do any for now. We do want to be pushing south. I do have youth on my side, and I just want to take this opportunity to thank each and every one of you for your continued support on the series. I'm really loving what's happening, the feedback, the interaction. Thank you so very much, guys. Keep it going, and thank you for the other new name suggestions. Got another couple on the list there moving forward. So it looks like there's a little bit of a scuffle up there, but I'm not really too fussed with that. Oh, brilliant. Porto has gained religious construction. I've got a stewardship perk available there, so Porto gets extra holding and building temples construction time, so that's going to be handy dandy. Let's have a look here. Let's get our stewardship perk. Now, I'm thinking we're going to go down architect eventually, though with the personality of Arias. So with just personality, he is an irrational zealot. So and when it comes to economy, he's much the same as his father was. You know, he wants to be ready to declare wars more than anything. He will save gold before investing it in the realm, but in times of peace, and I think we are in a little bit of time of peace right now, he will look to build into the realm and things like that at peace for extended times. So I am going to be possibly going down the architect first of all, and I'm going to just go by, instead of building costs and prices would be cheaper, but I am just going to go for collecting tax effectiveness to kick off there. Feel free to let me know down below your thoughts on some of the perks we choose and everything. I'd really be interested there. So we are going down there. We've got an extra little bit of tax. So it goes, 3.3 to instead of 3.1. So we are swaying the Baron here. Now we do have, this is, who we got here? That's my bishop, and you are... Okay, he doesn't mind me too much. He's Catholic as well. He's gaining a decent opinion of me so far. So that's not too bad. And let's have a look at the bishop and his opinion on me there. Still, not a problem. I am just going to look here at my vassals. Okay, so who makes the dildo? He's not a fan of me. Let's have a look and see how my spy master has reported back. While performing her duties, she has uncovered a secret held by my wife. Seems to be harboring doubts about Catholic doctrine. Oh, okay. As a zealous character, this concerns me. I may have to have a word with her. We will keep an eye. Maybe we need to have a yarn. We could go and pay homage. We did hold a feast, and we kind of made our liege the guest of honor there. So we will probably hold fire on paying homage for now. What I want to do is actually save up for a pilgrimage. Greetings, my preceptive vassal. You have been loyal and devoted subject, and I wish to reward you for your service. In recognition of this, I hereby offering you the position of spy master. Interesting. Okay. The feast definitely did pay off. You can see his opinion of me is a lot higher now. So we will accept this. I don't think much of you, mainly because of your religious conversion, how you did. And also, I believe I am zealous and you are lustful. But anyway, that is accept that council position there. That should help as well. It's a bit of an extra income there for us as well. So like I said, I do want to save up and grab a pilgrimage here. We can probably actually look at doing that now. We can universities. So let's have a look and do it, because we are pious. I think it makes sense to do a pilgrimage. I'm probably looking to go to Canterbury. Maybe go up there, mix and mingle with some of the Anglos and see how they're going there. So let's just see what the costs would be. Now I do want to customize this route. So we are going to look at doing this. It's only going to cost us 55. A nice little pilgrim. Appropriate pomp and ceremony. And for reflection. A little bit of reflection. I think we might go for zealotry. We are zealous. I think it might help us there as well. So let's go and start a pilgrim. We've got the money. All the while preparing for my journey, I have had this sense of serenity and knowing that everything will be alright. I am pleased to embark on this pilgrimage to Kent in order to get even closer to God, and now more than ever, I feel certain that He will watch over me on my travels. I can't wait. Gain 200 stewardship lifestyle experience. A foreign threat. It's not the first time I catch my courtier fiddling around with some flowers she's been picking along the road. Sometimes I swear I even hear him sighing over Lukura and his holdings. My liege, she says, it's not a secret that my heart has found a new home far from home. Alas, my soul aches for Vasco. My desires know no end. His eyes, his hair. I long for just a salute. I'll die for a word, please. I beg you, let me stay with him. Let's have a look at Vasco. Decent stewardship, a little bit of prowess, not the best in military matters, but a fellow pilgrim. So that could be lustful, but it's sinful there. But he is also an honest guy. So not a bad guy. I do like my court tutor, so I'm not going to let her leave. But maybe there is enough room. I mean, my grandfather's not going to like me too much for a wee while, but you know what? There's enough room in our court. You are both welcome. He will join us in our court, and he will probably serve a purpose. While performing her duties, I am informed mid-route my spy master has uncovered a secret held by my courtier and physician. The ways in which she seeks pleasure is revolting for any decent woman to even think of. And yet she is not merely willing, but eager. It feels so unnatural and sickening. No, it is unnatural and sickening. An offence against God. Oh, fetch me a bucket before a wretch. We will see how that plays out. We will look at that when we get back, no doubt. We have encountered many Catholic pilgrims in our route thus far, and all have been pious and devoted to God's will. However, we soon come into company of a group of strange travellers from distant lands. They introduce themselves as insularists and tell us that this route is sacred to their people too. Only Catholics may take this journey. Be gone with you. I'm just going to pause the game here. My grandfather has passed. We are now the new head. We have inherited the county of Corona. We have inherited the Pilgrim's Guide. We have inherited the Holy Nail. We are now the head of the dynasty. It is God's will that this must happen on our way to Kent, on our pilgrimage, our holy pilgrimage. The Lord has taken our grandfather, and we have inherited our just lands under the right religion. We have gained and inherited religious artifacts that should further enforce our zealous nature. I'm looking forward to examining what we have heard upon our return. Let's have a quick look here, folks. So we can see Corona has now been incorporated. We are now at our maximum allowance for holdings, which was the plan, to hold on to those. Eventually I am going to give this away. However, for now, I am going to maintain it. I am looking forward to completing our pilgrimage and then looking on our return to doing more for our lands. And like I mentioned before, we will be looking at creating, if possible, the duchy. We will need some money, but we are making some good gold now with Corona's advancement. I am finally here, body and soul, at the great church of Canterbury. As the bishop offers me blessings, I reflect on everything that had to happen for God to bring me here at this moment in time. I have walked the holy path. As we saunter past the stalls of the Kent market, we are approached by a peculiar woman. She unabashedly addresses us. My lord, you look like a refined gentleman. I know of a simple divine experience not far from Kent, which would surely be of an interest to a dedicated pilgrim. I am intrigued. Colour me intrigued. Our guide carefully whistling, and the final thing we hear before the thugs approach us, seemingly out of nowhere, quite a distance outside of Kent. This was a setup, and now we're isolated with no hope of intervention. My pulse races as I try to figure out my next move. How dare they prey on pilgrims? Alvito, deal with them. Don't mess with me. While performing her duties as my spy master, she has uncovered a secret held by my mother. She was the woman behind a foul murder attempt against Galicia. Interesting, mother. I have many things to ponder upon my return. Right now, it's our pilgrimage. As I walk into the church, a formidable guilt comes upon me. The light illuminating the altar like a sunny summer day, is so dense that I feel like I could touch it. What kind of life am I living? What kind of count could I be? Or father? Or son? If I don't change my deviant nature, the only light I'll see will be that of the fires of hell. Here I am born a new man. Now you can go, child, I hear Robert mutter when I enter the church. The pilgrim bows before leaving, and I can see the priest's hand glisten with gold. Ah, dear Count, do you also wish to absolve your sins? Pope Innocentius has issued order to grant indulgences to any pilgrims visiting Canterbury. For the right price, that is. Well, we are zealous, and part of our character is that we would probably seek indulgences. So we will look into this. Please intercede with God for me. As our time at this sacred site draws to an end, I feel reassured that while I may not have been the most pious pilgrim out there, I have proven my dedication to the Lord in more ways than one. This being my first pilgrimage, and while no pilgrimage is exactly alike, I feel confident that I am more familiar with what to expect from this type of spiritual journey in the future. Kent, it has been an honour. So our conclusion to our pilgrimage, we gained the trait Pilgrim, we gained 250 piety, Prunelli, physician and tutor. She loses the deviant secret. We also gained 450 piety, gained some trait experience in towards the pilgrim trait. And because our faith has armed pilgrims, we get a determined pilgrim for 10 years. We succeeded in this holy pilgrim. So on the way, we're gonna have the ability. We're gonna invite my uncle and my best friend Osorio to court. We're gonna invite my half brother and my cousin. We're gonna invite our dynasty members that we can. We will look at those as we go through on our land now, as we go into Hampshire towards Wiltshire and visit Stonehenge. On our way through Wiltshire, we appear to have stumbled into a local food market. Everywhere, peasants and nobles of every culture and tongue glamour around exotic food stalls, the air thick with fragrances I never had imagined. My nose is drawn to a lowly stall stacked with a dish I could only dream of. I am pulled out of my haze by the halting gasp of flame. Do not waste your palate on this slop, my lord. Bowls of stew are for peasants. We have much finer foods at home. I am the Count and I want my bowl of stew, and it was amazing. As we get back on board our ship and journey homeward. I've heard it said that Cornish fishermen are famed around the world over for their ability to strip the ocean of its most bountiful and delicious plunder. Today, by the shores of Devon, I am fortunate enough to come across a Cornish fishing fleet. Our entourage sails close to a stray member of the fleet, and I am greeted immediately by the pungent odour of his captain. "Anon, my lord, can I interest you in our finest catches of the day?" We will eat well tonight. The sea is calm and forgiving today, still as a boulder and a powerful wind at our back to boot. It seems it'll be an easy day for the rowers below, but then I spot the mangled corpse of a ship buried nose first into some jagged rocks just ahead. There doesn't appear to be any survivors, and the rocks would be no trivial thing to navigate, yet I feel compelled to go and investigate. Let's investigate. Just as everyone had assumed, there were no survivors of the wreck. However, the clothes and goods left on the corpses would indicate that this was once a wealthy trading ship. Among the wreckage I see exotic goods and luxurious clothing still intact, save for a bit of being a little wet. No doubt these items will fetch a good price once we make it ashore. A good find indeed. Our fame is widely known. My wife is pregnant. The news reaches me as we reach the Roman walls in Lugo and gain 200 martial experience. Truly a stroll through Menendez is a gift from God. The tranquility of this place is suddenly and abruptly broken by the furious grunts and clattering of armour. Ah! Get me out of this metal prison! My squire took offence at my manner, even going so far as to call me heartless, and has abandoned me. Whatever the strange man did could not have been enough to justify being stuck forever in his armour. I could, of course, have someone help him, but is it truly worth it? We will take the armour from you for a price. Oh boy, it's good to be home. What a journey. So let's have a look and see what we have. We've got a lot of stuff to do. Santiago has grown because of the passing of my grandfather. So we're in a position that I never thought we would be in as Arias, and that is creating. No, it is now time to fulfill one of the wishes of my father, to create the Duchy of Galicia, something that everyone thought would fall on my father's shoulders. However, due to the cursed Boers, it has now fallen upon my shoulders. And today, bittersweet, but one filled with celebration, and one thanks to the Lord and his blessings through our pilgrimage has granted us to be able to create the Duchy of Galicia. And thus today we create the Duchy of Galicia. I am now a mighty duke. The Duchy of Galicia is mine. We have now become Galicia. I am now the Duke of Galicia. Now that we are a duke, and we are now the Duke of Galicia, the Galician Son, I will be looking forward to probably incorporating Astorga and Monterrey peacefully, ideally, into our realm, justly as they should be. They are part of Galicia. So I will be sending out messages, will be sent to both counts, requesting that they bow the knee and join us and join and become vassals of Galicia. We will then look south into Portugal. We have 2 years left of conversions in Galicia, in Porto. Once that has finished, we will then push south. Internal wars, yes, but once we have concluded and brought in Portugal to our realm, we will then consolidate for a little bit, grow our army, and before pushing south, we will be having to make a decision whether we wait out our liege, Alfonso, before claiming independence, or do we push for independence sooner? Right now, long term, I think we have youth on our side and we can wait out Asturias as our liege. And perhaps we will slowly push south while still under our liege, which will grow our power base and give us more strength for the day that we do break free. But those are many years in the future. Immediately we need to be looking at solidifying Galicia proper, incorporating Astorga and Monterrey within my realm. Portugal will be then next. I reflect once more on the blessings of our Lord. My father was taken from me so suddenly. It seemed like everything and anything could happen. There was questions, but I have answered those questions, and I have had faith in my Lord. Our pilgrimage solidified our blessings. My grandfather passed on, bringing in Corona. Our family members have converted back to the true faith. The Lord is blessing me, is looking down on me. All we can do is continue to preach His gospel, to convert these lands of heathens back towards the right way and their people. In the meantime, we will be continuing our blessings to our Lord with more pilgrimages in the future. Oh, hail Duke Arias of Galicia. Arias, the Galician Son. Well, thank you very much, folks, for joining me today. It's an interesting episode here. We ended up where we wanted to be, and I'm glad it's kind of happened so far. But I want to thank each and every one of you for your continued support. Thank you so very much. If you are new, please feel free to subscribe, hit that like button, and all that jazz, and comment down below. My wife is pregnant, so we have another opportunity to dig into the list. If it's, there's a couple of names on the top of the list for if it's male or female. That should be the next episode, but here we will leave you. Season 2 is shaping up quite well. What lays forth is going to be interesting. As I think now that we are the Duke, we do have obviously the power base to expand upon. It is time to push forward our rights. Until next time, folks, take care of yourselves and each other. I am Parkera. Until next time, take care of yourselves. Kia kaha.